Your worst day is somebody's best day. Your best day is somebody's worst day.
Keep overlooking life, but that's the biggest blessing. Just engage with who you are and throw the biggest wedding. Just think of this as food for thought. You feel I'm overstepping. I got a good degree in knowledge if it's ever question. I'd rather see you shining than a
Hey, hi,
diamond.
hello. Welcome to Chasing OK Life's Marathon, a podcast about anything and everything presented by LiveOK. LiveOK is centered around promoting mental health awareness. Visit Shop LiveOK, that's ShopLiveOK.com, where the proceeds go towards making a difference. Now let's get into it. Hey everybody, welcome back to another episode of Chasing OK Life's Marathon. We got a short one for you. I know I say it a lot of times, but I honestly mean it this time. And I know I probably said that before. But under 30 minutes is the goal. Preferably 20. Just gonna cover a few subjects. Like we're gonna continue with our segments. They're gonna be brief, a little input. But I'm trying to stay committed to every 2 weeks this year. So you should get at least 25, 26 episodes from me this year. We are close to that 100 goal. We're at 73 last time I checked. So 17, 23, 27 more people. Yeah, 27 more people. We at that 100, and then we'll do the raffle. I appreciate everybody for supporting me. I appreciate everybody for liking, sharing, subscribing, doing everything below. But let's get into it. As usual, I'm doing this in the morning, so this is gonna come out a little bit later than I want, maybe around 1. But hey, for those that celebrated our Martin Luther King's birthday and Martin Luther King Day, 2 separate days. Excuse me. Happy birthday, or belated birthday, Martin Luther King, and happy belated Martin Luther King Day. Uh, Hope y'all enjoyed y'all days off if you got them. As the unemployed guy, my day was already off. Yesterday, just away from the pot a little teeny bit. Yesterday, I made cookies for the first time from scratch. And they turned out really well. I'm one of those old people slash weird people that like oatmeal raisin cookies. So I made oatmeal raisin walnut cookies, and they turned out pretty darn good in my eyes and the eyes of other people. Especially for my first time doing it. Yeah, I think I did pretty good. This is a snippet of it. Cookies are right there. They good. We're not drinking because it's the morning. We're drinking coffee and water when necessary. But let's get into the pod. What did I want to talk about? Oh, let's talk about sports first. So for those that saw my last episode, pause. I don't want to talk and chew. Give me a second. All right. So for those that saw my last episode, you saw the predictions that I made. I think all of them were wrong. I've never been more wrong about my predictions. Um, Patriots, and then I actually sat down and watched most of the playoff games. Um, Broncos and Bills. I had so much faith in the Bills. Um, but some calls that were called probably shouldn't have been called, but should have been called at the same time. Um, it sucks to lose that way. Um, 33-30 is a good game. They fired their head coach. I forgot his name, but they fired their head coach, and he was actually a coach that was doing well, like consecutive playoff appearances. But I guess if you can't win in the playoffs, how good are you of getting them over the hump? So they parted ways. Broncos lost Bo Nix, second to last play of the game. So Broncos are no longer going to advance. They're definitely not beating the Patriots. I think they got Stidham as their backup. Stidham is decent, but yeah, they're not going to beat the Patriots. So Patriots got that automatic Super Bowl berth. Because yeah, if the Broncos wind up beating the Patriots with the backup quarterback, hey, more power to them. I didn't watch much of that Texans Patriots game, but the Patriots look good. Seahawks murdered the 49ers. That Rams Bears game was good. So you got Rams, Seahawks, Broncos, Patriots. Like I said, Patriots are gonna go to the Super Bowl. And if the Seahawks defense do anything what they did against the Niners, Yeah, they going to the Super Bowl. And Seahawks Patriots, I think that's a rematch of a few Super Bowls ago. I don't know, one v two. I might give it to the Seahawks. They look good. Might have to give it to the Seahawks. Patriots, y'all got enough rings. Tom Brady gave y'all enough rings. So yeah, let's see what I'm going to put all my chips on the Seahawks. And my team's an NFC team, so yeah, I'm just going to root for the NFC and put all my chips on the Seahawks. I think the Seahawks beat the Rams, Patriots beat the Broncos. I don't think I'm gonna be wrong about this one, as wrong as I was in my last predict, but I'm assuming a Patriots Seahawks Super Bowl, and we'll be discussing the Super Bowl next pod when the Seahawks win. Point spread, I'm not gonna give y'all that because I don't know. Falcons fired their head coach. No, yeah, they've been fired their head coach, and then they got Stefanski. So I guess they're trying to tank for a better quarterback, tank for Manning if Manning turns out to be what everybody hopes he is. Um, so good luck, Atlanta, with that man Stefanski, because I don't have faith in him. I mean, 2-time coach of the year. Yeah, but like I said before, if you do really good and then suck and then do really good and suck, are you really that great of a coach? Steelers parted ways. Well, dang, why did his name just escape my head? I forgot the Steelers head coach name, and I know it's in the back of my head, but Steelers head coach stepped down, and he can't be hired unless he does a trade with another team because he didn't get fired. He just stepped down, so he's still part of the team. I don't know, some technicalities in there that I'm just regurgitating to y'all that I don't know 100% about. But hey, if Mike Tomlin, goes to the Browns, maybe the Browns do good. I'm only saying that because I'm a Shador fan. I would say go to the Cowboys, but we got a Shoddy for now. See how long that lasts. Steelers new coach, whoever they get, hopefully they get a good coach because Steelers are one of the few franchises that keeps their quarterbacks for not quarterbacks, coaches for extended periods of times. Career. They have long careers in the organization, which is good. You have faith. That means you have faith in in the people that you bring in. Um, Giants get Harbaugh, whatever, however you say his name, Harbaugh. Um, and the Giants is a decent team. NFC East is a hard division. I know people say NFC least, but I think we have more Super Bowls collectively than the other divisions. If I'm not mistaken, I may be wrong. If we're not first, we're definitely second. Um, but I think Harbaugh with the Giants is going to be good. Dart, it's pretty good quarterback. Scatterboo coming back, pretty good running back. Probably not gonna last as long for as the type of runner he is. Um, I don't have this listed, but Dolphins I know are getting a new coach. I don't know if they I don't know if they hired somebody already, but I know they're getting a new coach and hopefully a new quarterback because Tua needs to retire, especially after like his 17th concussion. What else do we got? Got talked about the Bills coach, talked about the Falcons, talked about the Steelers, talked about the Giants, and talked about the Browns, and we went over our playoff predicts. So that's all we're gonna do for the sports topic. Let's move on. Swipe. Let's do our current event. Nothing really worth talking about. I said I knew I was going to talk about Stranger Things recap. I have not watched it yet, and I've sat down and I've watched other things. But I will watch it hopefully within the next 2 weeks. Maybe this coming up week, maybe this week. But I just finished watching The Wire. I know The Wire came out in like 2001, finished in like 04, 03, not 04, 04, 05, something like that. Um, maybe 08. I think it was 08. Well, whenever it finished. I just finished watching The Wire, and it's a really good show. I don't like the way Omar went out. I know this is a dated topic, but I don't like the way Omar went out, getting shot by the little kid. I feel like um, because of his uh, his background, his legend that he should have went out like a blaze of glory or something. But it is what it is. I know the writers were probably like, we should take him out in like the dumbest way possible because he's been known to be invincible, jumping off, fifth story building and surviving it, still coming back and, doing what he gotta do and then getting taken out by like a 8-year-old. But that is what it is. I did want to touch on The Wire a little teeny bit. Um, bas- bas- Basically just saying the portrayal of uh people of the African American community in that show is wild. You got the black mom pushing their child to be like their drug dealer dad when they actually have a future. And it takes the drug dealer dad to talk to the mom to be like, nah, if he got a future, let him have his future. Why would you want his future to be like me when I'm in jail? Um, and then you got kids with futures being nurtured by their teachers and then not having a good outlet or any future hope that they see, so they turn to drugs and then they become druggies, and it's just everybody's getting put in the wrong situation. And uh I feel like some people might watch the show and be like, oh, that's black culture. I mean, like, no, like, that's just a show. And I mean, obviously there was a whole drug epidemic in the past, and it's still currently in certain areas, and fentanyl and all that other stuff. But that's just a very, very small portion of communities, not just the black community, just a very small portion of communities in general. Um, so I wouldn't stereotype uh, uh um the ethnicity or race based on what you see on TV or a TV show, a movie or whatever. Do your research. Kind of rambling about it, but I'm just saying, like, The Wire was just I was just looking at it, I was like, man, y'all portraying these people in a bad light, and like some people just be watching and be like, yup, I saw what you did there, and there. So that has to be how you are. Like, no, it's just, that's just a show. It's fiction. Read a book, a non-fiction book. Read a history book, a non-biased history book. There's always, stipulations to everything. Uh, and then the topic of the day. Oh, wait, gotta do my switch. The topic of the day, very simple topic. Like I said, short episode. We just breezed through. We're already at like 12, 13 minutes. The topic of the day is ideologies. I feel like I spoke on ideologies um previously, but the main point that I want to get to is that everybody has their own opinion. Everybody has their own ideals. Everybody has their own beliefs. Um, some people have their beliefs based on how they were raised. Some people have their beliefs based on what they learned. Um, but I think being open minded to other people's ideologies and beliefs um, is just is a core thing that people should have and you know put out into the world, because not everybody's gonna agree with you. Some people may think the sky is uh is blue, and some people may think it's white, but you can't stop their arguing with them. Is not gonna get you anywhere. You just gotta understand their point of view on why they think the way they think. I know the sky being blue and white is a rough analogy, but it's the only thing I think of at the moment. Um, but yeah, everybody's going. But like, turn just the reason why I bring up analogies and ideologies is the state of the world that we live in. Like I said, you have your beliefs based on how you were raised, based on what you learned, based on life events. But you know, there's just to go into politics. There's people on one side that believe what they're doing is inherently right, and there's people on the other side that believes that what those people are doing is absolutely insane. And what they're doing the other people are doing is right, and then the other side just thinks that they're insane. So it's just two people thinking each other are right. Two people or two sides thinking that they are right and thinking that their counterpart is insane. So I think that the world lacks empathy and understanding for other people's ideals, but that's just the way it is. And I catch myself doing it sometimes. Like I can have a conversation with a friend, um, and you'd be like, "Oh, did you hear about this current event?" Um, and even if I don't give my thoughts on it, I just be like, "Hey, did you hear about this?" And their opinion is wrong in my head, and I want to avoid that confrontation, um, of being like, no, that's a stupid opinion. You're wrong. I don't want to be friends with you no more because you think stupidly. What I do is I'll be like, you know what? That's his opinion. That's his opinion. That's his outlook on things. I could start a conversation or argument about my opinion, but that's their opinion. I gotta take it with a grain of salt and just understand. Hey, that just may be their outlook, their view on life, and the things around them. Um, yeah. So everybody has different beliefs, ideologies, but just be understanding of where other people come from. Not everything has to turn into an argument. Um, Not everything needs to be debated. Um, Shoot, some people debate 1 plus 1 equaling 2, and 2 plus 2 equaling 4. But hey, I argue with your mom. It takes too much time, too much energy, and takes away from progress if you have to argue with people. I'm not saying don't debate people, don't argue with people. Like if you wanna like having the conversation is debating, and sometimes that conversation, that debate, that argument may lead to the other side, um, you know, changing their point of view, changing their mind. Um, that's kind of probably the main purpose of political debate. You hear one side and you hear what they got to say about that topic, and then the other side speaks, and you're like, you know what? I'm for this person, but the other person made me realize that the other person is stupid. So I should, be on this guy's side or gal. But yeah. So yeah, just be more understanding of what people are going through. What what people think, what they believe, and be open minded. Have a conversation if need be. But protect your peace. Excuse me. And another one. Let's talk about our guest today. Nobody. I know I said I was gonna have a guest on this week. Just haven't been in the mindset to have a guest on. Honestly, I wasn't in the mindset to make the pod today or yesterday or the day before. But like I said, I'm trying to stay committed to my 2 weeks. Um, but I will have a guest on hopefully next week, and then continued. I have a list of people that I want to have on, list of conversations that I want to have with those people, that I can get out to y'all, and hopefully y'all will enjoy it. Um, but life is happening, and that's pretty much all I have for y'all today. So I'm gonna leave y'all with some motivation. Don't give up, because I haven't. Um, I continue to keep going. Uh, and I look at it as my life is not where I want it to be, but it's better than a lot of people. And that's not me bragging. That's anybody in any situation. Um, your worst day is somebody's best day. Your best day is somebody's worst day. Um, so that's how I look at it. Like, um, everything may not be going my way. Everything may not be um, progressing the way I wanted to. But there is a plan in store for me, for the religious, God's plan, for those not religion or not religious, just, what the world just has in store for you. I mean, I don't know how to put it anyway else. I just say, whatever happens, happens. God's got me. Um, but yeah, so just don't give up. Um, There's a song that I listen to every day. It's called "I Understand" by Smokey Norfolk. But the reason why I listen to it is because of the lyrics. This is how I feel, and I feel like it's speaking to me in that moment. So I just want to read y'all the lyrics for like the first two choruses. So sometimes I feel like giving up. It seems like my best just ain't good enough. Lord, if you hear me, I'm calling you. Do you see? Do you care all about what I'm going through? And then he said, one more day, one more step. I'm preparing you for myself. When you can't hear my voice, please trust my plan. I'm the Lord, I see, and yes, I understand. Sometimes I feel like I'm all alone, just a stranger so far from home. I feel like I've done all that I can do. Please, Lord, give me strength. I'm just trying to make it through. So that's how I be feeling sometimes, and I just gotta, believe that, what is happening is just a part of my story. You know, a bad part of the story. Uh, for those that are continue, for those that know me, the job hunt search sucks. Since December, I've applied to over 200 jobs, and I get a rejection email almost every day, and just having to see those wake up to rejection after rejection and have an interview and get rejection after rejection. I just have to understand, if it's not meant to be, it's not meant to be. As long as I continue to keep going, as long as I continue to give my best, put my best foot forward, and just believe that whatever is meant for me is meant for me. God's got a plan, and just be ready to receive it. So that's all I got for y'all though. Like I said, my motivation, don't give up, keep pushing. Um Grass is greener on the other side. Uh and you may take 800 turns and they all, aren't the right path, but there's a way out of that maze. So you just got to take that one right turn and you are where you need to be. So, like I said, don't give up, keep doing you, keep doing great things. Keep like sharing, subscribing, keep spreading love, joy, and all positivity. Love. Thanks for listening to the Ramblings of a Madman. If you want to come on and have a conversation, feel free to message me at the email in the bio. I'll get back to you as soon as I can. Life is about choices. It would be great if you choose to like, share, and subscribe. Stay safe and be great.
Ain't perfect, but ain't no complaining. I know my shit is different, I just can't explain it. Food for thought.